Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei has issued a sharp warning to US and Israel, saying Iran's navy is ready to inflict new bitter defeats on its enemies. The message, broadcast on state television, comes amid escalating tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, where multiple merchant vessels have reported coming under gunfire, raising fresh concerns over regional security. Srinjoy is with us on the broadcast, and two of them were Indian flagged vessels as well.
Yes, the thing is that the Strait of Hormuz is so narrow, it's actually easy to attack a vessel, because you are at the coast, for instance, or even deep inside, a huge vessel, a huge tanker carrying, let's say, thousands and thousands of tons of petrol is coming through. And it is such an easy target, because a tanker moves very slowly and is an easy target either for a missile or even a drone, an armed drone. And then it becomes a problem. Then, of course, there is this business about mines. Are there mines or aren't there mines? No one really knows. So all of this leads to one thing: uncertainty within shipping companies. Will they let their huge ships, very valuable, much at stake, go through the Strait of Hormuz?
Right.
Will they take a risk or will they not take a risk? If you were owner of a shipping company, chances are that you wouldn't take the risk.
All right, amid all that, warning coming in from Iran of bitter defeats in store for US and Israel. Srinjoy, do stay on with us. More breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has moved to calm speculation over a possible US withdrawal from the alliance, firmly stating that he does not see Washington leaving NATO. He was speaking to media. He was reiterating that the United States remains committed to the transatlantic alliance and stressed that he has no doubts over America's role in Europe's nuclear defense shield. And, these remarks come amid renewed political rhetoric from US President Donald Trump, who referred to NATO as paper tiger and questioned the alliance's reliability in a recent interview. So Donald Trump has made those statements. Now a reaction there coming in. Let me go across to Suresh Kumar Goel, former diplomat, joining us on the broadcast. How do you view these developments? It is true that Donald Trump did criticize NATO. He called NATO the paper tiger and said that NATO will not come when US needs their help. And there was also a threat of leaving NATO.
You see, when NATO was instituted immediately after World War II, it had an entirely different purpose. It had the purpose of basically giving a lever to the USA in Europe and access, if you want to say, or actually a reach into the European geopolitical matrix in lieu of the American security in the European architecture. So it was a kind of a give and take situation where the USA provided the security to Europe in lieu for its political reach and, if I might say so, to basically plug into its superpower ambitions. So both the sides were gaining actually by NATO. And I think the situation remains not much unchanged, because NATO provides a kind of a superpower leverage to USA, which is unparalleled. I doubt very much that USA will have the same kind of outreach, power outreach, not just military, but power outreach, if it were to be actually leaving NATO and behave out of NATO. So I think it's basically a kind of a threat that Trump is issuing. A real decision would have to be taken on far more serious note, and that will take much more time in case it happens. And by that time, probably Trump will be out. So I doubt very much that it is going to take place. It is just a kind of rhetoric or threat, whatever you want to call it.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us. So it was NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte who was in fact speaking to Germany's Die Welt when he made that statement. We have Lieutenant General P.N. Rao joining us on the broadcast. NATO also they are saying, as far as legal and political barriers are concerned, they make US exit highly unlikely, even though that has not stopped Donald Trump from issuing these threats. Lieutenant General P.N. Rao, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I want your quick comment on the situation, the relationship between NATO and US, especially given the statements that have come in from Donald Trump, who, remember, threatened to quit NATO, called them paper tiger. Now, Mark Rutte says that he does not see US exit happening, and he's also citing the legal and political barriers.
I think knowing the past history of the way the NATO started, I'm of the view that the US will pull out of the NATO at this particular juncture because it requires even a congressional approval from the US, right? So, on top of it, yes, there was certainly unsavory or irresponsible comments made earlier by Trump, but I think he's well known for it. But at the end of it, I don't visualize a situation right now that US is going to pull out of the NATO. It's going to continue, yes. The aid or the defense expenditure towards NATO, that's going to come under discussion. And I think once these people, the NATO countries, get together of their action towards Strait of Hormuz, this point will also come up.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us. With that, we're heading into a very short break. A lot more is lined up on the other side. Stay on with us.